Hello, 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 beautiful soul family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Manifesting Abundance Through Your Life Purpose Accelerator. I am so excited to be here with you. You know, sometimes the energies are intense, and they certainly have been. We are lucky that the energies are so supportive right now, so expansive, so beautiful, so hopeful and optimistic, and big, beautiful things are happening right now. And yes, it is an intense energy, but in a good way. Very, very exciting and expansive. So, luckily, relief has arrived. We are finally getting a break from some of the denser, heavy energies that we've had over the last few years. There have been ups and downs, but this feels like this is going to be a longer, sustained period of time where we have more support, more overflow, more healing, more expansion, more abundance. So, it has arrived. What we have been searching for. You are here now. If you have been stuck up until this point, this is the place where you are finally going to be unleashed. You are going to be relieved, set free, and to find true freedom, true abundance, true growth and expansion in every possible way. So big, big things are happening. It is the Great Awakening. We are in the thick of it, and we are the forerunners. This is the beautiful part about being here in this community is we are part of the New Earth Construction team. I have a community called that because we are here to expand and to grow into our purpose and to set the world on fire. We are the bridges from the old world to the new world. We are the forerunners, and the world is shifting and changing in a really big way. Over the next 3 to 5 years, the world is going to be a completely different place. And this is the time. This is the time to activate. The time is now. I like to use the analogy of being a flashlight that's been tucked away in a drawer for safekeeping so that when the power goes out, we're ready to go. And that time is now. We are the flashlights for the world. The power has gone out and they need your light. The world needs that special gift that only you have to offer. And it is the key to everything that you have been seeking. Everything that you desire is found through this healing and this expansion and this coming alive and this setting yourself free so that you can finally shine the way you were made to. So for those of you who don't know me, welcome to the community. Welcome to the family. I'm so excited to have you here. My name is Rebecca Dawn, and I am known as the Vibe Mentor. I am a 44-year-old single mother of 3 kids and my fur baby named Tater Tot, which my kids so cutely named. I am a rehabilitated pastor's daughter. We live in Wisconsin in the United States, and I spent 20 years in Chicago working for Fortune 500 companies before discovering my life purpose. My life purpose is your purpose. My purpose is your purpose. And I also am here to help assist conscious beings heal the blocks that hold them back from their purpose so that they can manifest abundance through it and help create heaven on earth. I'm here to help you heal the belief in lack. So as we step into this, I'm going to teach you how to step into your power and your life purpose so that you can assist in creating heaven on earth. Many of us were waiting for the shift many years ago, but it became very clear to me that we are the shift, that we were waiting for something outside of us when it is what is inside of us that creates shifts and changes in our life. We are the collective awakening. We, as we step into our power, create massive shifts globally. When we claim our abundance birthright, that is how we start to bring about heaven on earth or create the new earth. So you are here probably because you want to manifest abundance, or you want to step into your life purpose, or maybe you're just simply seeking and not quite sure what that is. Maybe you're looking for a sense of fulfillment or just to feel alive again. Maybe you're tired of never having enough or feeling like there's never enough of me or things or stuff or life in general. Maybe it's just time to get unstuck. Regardless of why you're here, the strategy to accomplish it is the same. Everything is connected, as within, so without. So as we work on healing and removing what's in you that is blocking you, we will solve for health. We will solve for wealth. We will solve for love and relationships, and everything else stems from your internal state and environment. And that's why I'm here to help you understand how to do this, right? In order to accomplish the desires of your heart, we have to heal the wounds and the blocks that are hiding in you and in your subconscious. Sometimes it shows up as the lack mentality or negative thought patterns or limiting beliefs, a general sense of just not enoughness, right? Well, it might surprise you that this also looks very similar to something called complex trauma in psychology. In the end, it doesn't really matter what you call it. It is simply the human condition at this time, in part due to the conditioning and the programming of the world today, or it could also be, you could add to that, the toxic relationships that you might have experienced in your formative years. Maybe it even puts you into perpetual hermit mode. And we were told for so long that, it's normal to isolate, to be alone, that it is partially necessary for healing, but it's not meant to be a perpetual state. So if you did not feel safe, seen, heard, cared for, or loved as a child for an extended period of time, as well in your childhood or even in your adulthood, then you are likely dealing with something called complex trauma. Now, that also looks very similar to this wound of not enoughness, right? It's the program of unworthiness or not enoughness. Maybe you feel like you're not enough, or there's never enough, or the world is never safe enough. Regardless, the program of not enoughness acts like a glass ceiling. It keeps you from moving into the next level or moving into whatever it is you're trying to manifest or call into your life. It will not only keep you from your purpose, but it will keep you from abundance and love and health and wealth and all the other things, right? It will tell you that there's a reason why you can't have what you desire, right? So just take stock of that for a second. Notice that. Think of something you desire, and then think of the reason why you can't have it. That is the voice of trauma, conditioning, or programming that says there's lack, there's limitations, right? There's limits. Have you ever known that you needed to accomplish something, or you've known what you needed to do to get something done, but you couldn't quite make it happen? For some reason, maybe it felt like self-sabotage, or maybe it felt like overwhelm or fatigue or shutdown. It's very interesting how subtle the subconscious brain is and how it will trick you into thinking the problem is something different than what it actually is. It can feel like a battle of the two brains, because it literally is. Your prefrontal cortex up here on your forehead is also considered your intelligent executive functioning brain, right? It's in charge of making smart decisions. Then you also have the limbic brain, the subconscious brain. They're close together, not exactly the same, but they work together. That is very close to your emotional center as well. And so you'll have the battle between the prefrontal cortex and the limbic brain, and it just goes back and forth and back and forth. And unfortunately, the limbic brain, the subconscious brain, always wins. No matter how much you know you need to do the thing with your smart brain, your emotional brain will say otherwise, right? So we believe that we know, right? We know in our intelligent brain that doing this thing is going to help us move forward in life. But our emotional brain says it's not safe to do that thing, right? It wants you to stay the same in order to keep you safe. But change only happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. So then the next question is, are you done with being stuck? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you fed up? Is where you're at more painful than the pain that it will take to change? Because if not, that's okay. Stick with us. You'll learn about what's blocking you, but just know until you're ready, until you're fed up, until you're actually done with the quicksand that you're in, that will be the moment. When that moment comes, that will be the moment that you're able to finally make these changes happen. Now, I will also add that conditioning and programming will tell you you're not ready. And if you just step into the healing, it will help you ease into the readiness as well, right? So all of the health and wealth and happiness and peace and love and respect that you desire is found through the shifting of how you see yourself, right? It's found through stepping into your life purpose. It offers the happiness that is so electric and contagious that it makes you dizzy. It makes you speechless. The ecstatic bliss that you feel will literally make you dizzy. And when you finally step into it, you will feel over the moon, free as a bird. You will finally experience profound levels of peace and contentment, freedom of time and movement that is a natural byproduct of your worthiness, of your inherent enoughness, of your healed, whole, complete state. There are so few words to express the tremendous stillness and rightness and okayness that washes over you. You become so peaceful. You're like a floating balloon, just flowing with life. And you're so fulfilled that you will end up changing the world without even hardly trying. We attract soulmate relationships that feel like matchmates in heaven, and it's everything that we've ever hoped and dreamed for. In fact, your dreams and desires were put on your heart by the divine for a reason. It is safe to trust the guidance of your desires. I'm going to say that again. It is safe to trust the guidance of your desires. So if life purpose is so blissful, why aren't more people doing it, right? That's the next question. Ironically, some of the nicest, kindest, good-hearted people that I know have experienced some of the most difficult circumstances in life. So when you didn't feel safe, seen, heard, cared for, or loved for an extended period of time, you developed a worthiness wound. A vast majority of the world's population struggles with this. They even said that 85% of millennials feel unworthy. So if you struggle with high sensitivity, overgiving, people pleasing, social anxiety, isolation, negative self-talk, or self-punishment, maybe even a hyper focus on negativity or what could go wrong, you are living with the unworthiness wound, otherwise known as complex trauma. It may feel like the war going on in your mind all the time. Your body is likely exhausted and fatigued, and there's a never-ending state of hypervigilance. And that, of course, creates illness and disease in the body. You are living in fight or flight, which essentially means you are living in toxic stress hormones all the time. That means that you're always ready and turned on. It also means that you are preventing growth and repair that comes from a rested nervous system state. You can't rest, you can't digest, you're probably not receiving, you're not able to receive nutrients from your food, let alone love and support and wealth and abundance from the world outside of you, right? You'll perpetually feel stuck in a state of survival, and you'll never truly thrive. You may even recognize that this is happening and know at the prefrontal cortex level that it's not healthy. You say, I know I'm worthy, but you're still not able to act as if you are. And then, of course, because as within, so without, we continue to draw to us people who don't love us or respect us the way we deserve. So those two parts of your brain are battling for control because the prefrontal cortex is in charge of intelligent decision making, but the limbic brain says it's not safe, so we're not going to do that. And like I said, the limbic brain, the emotional brain, always wins. You are literally hijacked by your emotional brain for the vast majority of your life if you are living in the fight or flight state. So if we are in that program, this is how our life operates. And when we learned early on in our formative years, in those 0 to 7 years, we learned how the world works and how we need to operate in it to stay safe. We recognized that we couldn't control others around us. The only thing that we could control was ourselves. So we made who we are a problem and what we need a problem. And that was the first moment of stuffing down, after which we will continue to pile on trauma after trauma after trauma, stuffing it into the body, right? You had to learn how to figure out how to keep everyone happy, how to not rock the boat so that you could stay safe. You had to learn to hyper attune to others' needs and become adaptable, which meant wearing a mask. You had to be what everyone else needed you to be, pushing down who you truly were and denying your needs. That's when we even start to forget who we are. We forget who we were before the world changed us. And that makes it difficult to get in touch with our needs, especially our body. We may even forget what makes us happy or what brings us joy. Your dreams start to look more like survival and healing than thriving and purpose. The dreams you once had as a child, you experience now as unsafe. The brain was flooded with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. And the intention of those hormones is to get you to act, to get you to move, to escape to safety. But at a young age, or even in a toxic relationship, sometimes we can't get out. So the body recognized that it wouldn't be able to close that trauma loop. So it held on for safekeeping. We'll deal with this at a later date is the intention. But nobody taught us how to deal with it at the later date. The time never came. And so the body holds on to the trauma for you. I'm sure you've heard the book, The Body Keeps the Score. It's all about this. Imagine all of the energy that is necessary to manage those traumas, all of the energy and the emotions that are welling up and building up, wanting to come out, wanting to get your attention, and you have to spend energy pressing them down. Imagine how much energy you could have if you relieved yourself of those traumas. The stuck energy and the emotion in your body is the very reason you are not able to step into your life purpose, and it is the reason you are not able to manifest abundance in your life. It's the reason you're not able to create anything that the brain deems as unsafe, right? The unworthiness program in your subconscious brain, combined with somatic emotional flashbacks in your body, they override your intelligent process every single time. That is how you are hijacked. The hardest part of this is the program of not enoughness is subconscious, which means below your consciousness, which means you can't see it. You need a mirror, right? We need the rearview mirror to help us see what's in our blind spot. You actually need a true human, healthy mirror to help you see the truth of who you are. Unlike the hall of mirrors that you grew up with, the toxic people in your life that it reflected an inaccurate reflection of who you were back to you, it's now time for an accurate, loving, healthy mirror to reflect the truth of who you are. You are a beautifully divine, gorgeous human being, and you deserve love and respect, period. Simply because you exist, because you breathe, you are worthy. You can't do this alone. To expect yourself to do it alone is asking for more of the same. More isolation, more pain, more struggle, more hardship. You can't do this alone. But the good news is there's a modality called trauma spotting through source tapping, also known as TESS, and it's based on traditional trauma healing therapies like brain spotting and EMDR and combined with energy healing. And it really works. I have literally tried everything. And this was the one modality that actually made a massive change in my life. I tried hypnosis and affirmations and subconscious programming and talk therapy and meditations. You name it, I tried it. And then I finally found trauma spotting. Trauma spotting works through the optical nerve to access the limbic brain. So the eyes are directly connected to the limbic brain through the optical nerve. It runs straight back. There's nothing in between there, right? And that allows us to access the limbic brain and open up the door to the trauma in the body so that we can process, heal, and release it. It is shockingly effective, and it's easy. It's not difficult or hard. It's pretty quick. It does not take years and years and years. It is shockingly effective. It will release your subconscious self-sabotaging behaviors and blocks. You will reclaim who you were truly meant to be and recall all that energy that has historically gone to maintaining the traumas and triggers. You can finally start to fully self-actualize. You are not only comfortable in your own body, but you were reborn in a way that is like reclaiming who you were designed to be. Power and gifts and talents come online. You find your passion again. You finally figure out how to step into your purpose. You start to hear the true guidance, not the fear trauma voice. You reclaim your abundance birthright and you make peace with shining brightly. Let me say that again. Making peace with shining brightly. Think about what it feels like to walk into a room and all eyes are on you. Your body freaks out. That's an emotional flashback, a somatic flashback. Your body is saying it's not safe. Your nervous system is sending the message to the brain, fight or flight, run, quick, or freeze, or fawn, or whatever your F is, right? To make peace with shining brightly means the body doesn't freak out anymore. The brain doesn't say this is unsafe. When somebody says, you're amazing and I love you and I want to be around you, that's not too overwhelming. And also the person who says, I don't like what you're doing, you're aggravating me and you're too good and you irritate me because you're too good. But your body is okay with that. I'm sure if you struggle with this, you know what this feels like. I lived with that for my whole entire life until I could finally heal that. It is so profound to not shrink back, to not play small, to say, look at me, world, here I am, take it or leave it. And guess what? The people who are aggravated, it's actually a gift. Their trigger is their issue and it's no longer yours. And I know I could say these words, but without feeling it, it's difficult to understand, but I can promise you it's possible. You will make peace with shining brightly, even when it makes other people uncomfortable. There is no greater sense of taking your power back. And it can be easy. Like I said, you are one with the divine. Your true nature is whole and complete. You are worthy simply because you exist. Once you remove the beliefs that say otherwise, the divine will handle the rest. And that's the beauty of trauma spotting, is the divine is in the body. The body is designed to heal. It knows how to heal when you set the stage for healing. Think about when you get a cut on your arm, you don't have to tell the body how to heal it. It knows what to do. You just have to create the proper environment. You have to keep it clean. You can't pour salt on the wound. Right? That's what happens in that trauma spotting session, where you're in training to my body. My body is sending the healing and setting the stage from an energetic nervous system state. Your body says, we can finally let go of this. Let's heal this one. Boom. Right? Close the trauma loop. So we have been told that trauma healing has to be hard, right? But trauma spotting is easy. It's the softest, easiest way I know how to heal. We can finally get out of our head. We don't have to think a lot about it. It's not a cognitive process. It's a somatic healing in the body. When we're in our bodies, our brains get out of the way, then the power that is already within us can heal us. Right? God is in our body. God, source, creator, divine, universe. Don't let that word trip you up. You use whatever words you want. It doesn't matter. Your creator loves you regardless, right? You might prefer the term universe. And every time I say God, then just go ahead and replace it with universe, right? A rose by any other name still smells as sweet. The divine is within us, right? I don't know if you've heard of Greg Braden. He is a well-known geologist and scientist, and he discovered that codes on our DNA, when triangulated with ancient text and the periodic table, literally spells out God eternal within the body, right? There is a river of love and healing and wholeness and life that courses through your body every second of every day. Add to that the three ingredients that make up a crystal are silica, calcium, and oxygen. Our cells are literally lined with silica. Our bones are calcium, and we breathe oxygen. We are like giant crystals, right? The breath of life is the oxygen that courses through our body. And our bodies are as powerful as crystals. We are crystalline already. On top of our bodies being filled with 70 to 80% water, which is a conductor of electricity, right? Can you see how this power just keeps adding up? It just keeps adding up. Crystals are used in phones and watches to store memory and conduct power, energy, electricity. We are like Tesla towers made to conduct source energy. We are electromagnetic beings, as I'm sure you know. Part of that electricity factor is the piezoelectric crystal, a specific kind of crystal, which we are. When a piezoelectric crystal is struck, right, they hit it. So in a watch, there's a device that strikes the crystal because it creates a latent sense of, or a surge of power. Sorry, not latent. it generates an electrical charge, right? The stress and trauma that we experienced is kind of like that strike, right? We are created to be powerful, and we have this latent surge of energy in us that is just waiting to burst forward when we unleash it. Power is created under pressure. Nothing can stop us when we learn how to harness our energy. Everything you need is within you. Literally, I remember hearing that and just feeling so confused. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It's not helpful. What that means is there is nothing outside of you that is needed to get to where you're trying to go, to manifest your desires, to heal, to be whole, to be complete, to be in your purpose, to be powerful. Everything you need is already in you. It is an understanding of how to work with the mind and get the mind out of the way. It's an understanding of how to work with the body to resonate and vibrate at that frequency. It is an understanding of how to get the traumas up and out of your body so that you can change the beliefs and manage the thoughts and work with the body. That's what that means. Everything you need is literally already inside of you, right? And think about this. When our Creator made us, we were made in the likeness of our Creator. The breath of life is what animated our body. We are our Creator's favorite creation because we were made in our Creator's likeness. We are an aspect of the divine, a fractal of the Creator, a ray of the rainbow that was created, the initial ray of light, right? If what I'm trying to say here, think of a rainbow. You're the red band of the rainbow. The whole rainbow is our Creator, right? We cannot be separate from our Creator, which means we can't be separate from wholeness. We can't be separate from abundance or worthiness, because we are literally inherently one with all that is. We are the highest form of creation, and we have access to the ultimate source of healing right within our bodies, right? All we need to do is just get out of the way. Stop the negative thinking. Stop the clinging to the limiting beliefs. Deny the voice of unworthiness that says, who are you to believe these things? Don't be so proud. Don't be arrogant. Nobody likes a big ego, right? When in fact, it would actually be crazier to question and value your worth. It would actually be crazier to question your value and worth. When we are the most precious beings and given dominion over the earth. Abundance is our birthright. Any thought of disbelief is a block. Any negative thought is a block. Fear, limitation, they're all blocks. Consider again that we are electromagnetic beings. Think about this. Use the example of an electrical wire that goes through the walls, brings electricity to your lamps. The way an electrician will slow the flow of electricity in a wire is by introducing resistance. We, again, being electromagnetic beings, we're like giant wires with electricity flowing through us. And the resistance is the blocks, is the trauma, right? We have to let go. It's time now. And it is, again, the trauma brain, the fear that tells you have to cling to things. You have to keep everything under control. It's not safe to let go. It's not safe to surrender. That hypervigilant feeling of having to do everything and perfect everything and keep everything under control is resistance, is the block, right? We truly are the only thing standing in our way. That was another phrase I didn't understand until all of this clicked, right? Society sends us the subtle message that we're an accident, or that we're a nuisance, or that the world is overpopulated, or that we destroy the earth, which to some degree is partially true. It wouldn't be true if we were healed and in our purpose. But inherently, we are not a nuisance. We are not overpopulated. The subtle programming that tells us, you've got to be good enough. You got to keep up with the Joneses. You got to do all these things. You got to live life the way they say we should, or you're not good enough. But the truth is, when you're your Creator's favorite, there isn't anything you can do to destroy that worthiness or prevent that worthiness. There's not a mistake, not an accident. There's nothing you can do to take that away. You are enough simply because you breathe. The truth is, you're extraordinary, you're powerful, you're gorgeous, made with purpose and intention, perfectly imperfect for your purpose. Not a single thing about you is an accident. Not a single thing about you is bad, wrong, or broken. Not one single thing. And knock it off. Whatever you're thinking about, knock it off. Stop. Let it go. Even that is okay. Even that is okay. That thing that you're clinging to is what holds you back, is what prevents you from stepping into your purpose. It's what prevents you from manifesting abundance. You are a critical piece of the collective puzzle. Your weaknesses are opportunities for collaboration. Your mistakes were opportunities for growth. You are right where you're supposed to be. And there's nothing stopping you other than the belief that there is. You're here for a specific reason. When you step into that purpose, using your gifts to the highest potential and allowing your creator to move through you, you let go of the reins of control and trust the divine will move through you. That's how you get out of your own way. That's when you can't help but manifest abundance. And then, of course, the question is, how do you know that to be true? Because I am living it. Yes, I was a seeker of knowledge for many, many years, constantly consuming every personal development book and every sacred text I could. And to some degree, that was helpful. There's intellectual knowledge that was needed to be obtained, but really it is the living embodiment that creates that sense of confidence and knowing that this is how it works. Because I can read it in a book, but if I haven't seen the evidence of it playing out in my life, I don't know it to be true. I lived the life that they said I should. And now I'm living the life that I'm meant to. And there is a vast difference in my fulfillment, my peace, my joy, my happiness, my abundance, my freedom. I felt the sadness and the frustration of the life that they told me to live. When I was on the wrong path, I felt horrible all the time. And it was just a constant management of trying to suffer through and deal with and manage that internal chaos, the conflict. It's the begging for something more, something meaningful. And I'm sure you know, truth resonates in the body. You can feel it in your body when you hear something that's true. You know when you're on the right path, and you know when you're not. I was literally able to go from extreme depression, poverty, physical body overwhelm to a life of freedom, abundance, connection, guidance, service, infinite support, infinite love, infinite guidance. It's everything I've ever dreamed of. And it wasn't until I finally stepped into my purpose that I said, that is the thing I've been seeking. All of the seeking for ancient wisdom, it was a misguided attempt at finding this, finding purpose, finding wholeness, finding peace. That pain of the misaligned life, I remember so clearly, is what drives me. I cannot know these things and not help other people. I absolutely must shout on the mountaintop what it takes to get to this place. We are, like I said, the forerunners. We're the early adopters. The world will know about this very soon. So know this: perfectionism does not equal worthiness. The unworthiness wound or the not enoughness wound or whatever flavor shows up in your life tells us that we have to perfect ourselves to be worthy. Did you know perfectionism is actually a trauma response? It's never good enough. You'll never be perfect. That's impossible. Also, unrealistic expectations, another trauma response. You cannot earn it. You cannot lose it. You are already perfect, perfectly imperfect for your purpose. Every ounce of us is made with intention. And even those parts of us that we deny or push away or reject, they're made perfectly just as they are for the purpose that you are here to do. There's something about you, that thing that you don't like, it needed to be that way to serve your purpose. And when we reject those parts of us, it's a fracturing. We splinter off and bury or hide because we think that that part of us is wrong or bad. We think that we're not good enough. We think that maybe we're broken, but it's untrue. There's a part of you, your heart, your body, and your soul that knows that something isn't quite right when you do that. Something isn't quite right when we're living this life that is exhausting and futile, like a hamster on a hamster wheel, just going round and round and round in survival and never living life, never truly enjoying it, never thriving. The truth is, you are not broken. The system is broken. There's not something wrong with us. We're just incomplete without the divine and without our purpose. You were born worthy and you will die worthy, no matter what you do in between. You cannot earn your abundance birthright. It cannot be taken from you. Now, if you are still struggling to believe this, try this exercise. Right? And you can use this. We'll do this exercise around worthiness, but you can use this as a gauge for making decisions in life, right? Your body, like I said, truth resonates in the body. Your body is a tuning fork, right? Our body is unbelievably beautiful and awesome and amazing. Having a healthy relationship with your body is so critically important, but I digress. So let's do this exercise. Imagine for a moment, right? Close your eyes if you want to, if you can. Don't if you're driving, of course. But just be present in your body. Kind of scan your body. Notice your fingers and your toes, your legs, your stomach, your heart, your chest, your arms, your shoulders, your neck, head, your face. Just be in your body. Notice whatever calls your attention. Now that's your baseline. That's neutral. And then think some thoughts around not being worthy. What are the key words that come up for you? For me, it was a trigger of I'm bad, right? That father for a minister who told me I was a sinner and shameful. Imagine the parent or the peer or whoever it was that told you something wrong about yourself. Feel how your body responds. For me, there's a sort of a ringing out feeling in my heart, suffocation, pressure in my throat. And imagine someone standing over you and saying, you're an accident. You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. Notice how your body responds. The heartache breaks your heart to hear something so untrue. And now switch, shake it off, shake your body, shake it, shake, 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 shake. Ugh, yuck. Get that out of here, right? White light cleansing. Bring white light down through, cleanse your body, flush it out. Come back to neutral. Then we can close our eyes again if you want, as long as you're not driving. And think beautiful, amazing thoughts. I am a gift. I am precious. It is a privilege and an honor to be in my energy. I am a blessing. I am made with perfect intention. I am here to do big things in the world. My love heals hearts. I matter. Feel how that feels in your body. I feel a lightening, tingling in my shoulders. Ah, your body will tell you you are worthy. Body and your soul know the truth. Body is a discernment tool, kind of like a tuning fork. The mind is often the last to know. Yeah, unfortunate statement. I think, therefore I am, ran away with itself. The mind is no longer in charge. We are moving away from that. The body's wisdom, the heart's intelligence. It's time to be leveraged. This is the reason that your soul urges you relentlessly towards abundance and your life purpose. It's like an unquenchable thirst. It'll never leave you alone. Your dreams and desires were put on your heart for a reason. It is safe to trust the guidance of your desires. Joy is your compass, and life will never seem quite right until you follow your soul's urge. Follow your heart. Your soul will not let you rest until you do. There'll always be that little nagging. That seeking is really a yearning. But the goal is to get you from striving to thriving, from yearning to fulfilled. That feeling of searching, the feeling of there's got to be something more, the feeling of knowing there's something missing. It could lead to depression, anxiety, coping addictions, even the dark night of the soul. It's a soul sickness. After we've exhausted all the options and realized that nothing they told us to do was going to quench that thirst, and we still know that something's missing, it can be so depressing because you feel like there's no way out. Maybe you did go down the path that they say you should, and we allowed them to should all over us. Maybe like me, you got the 4-year degree, a good job, good credit, even took it all the way, got married, bought the house, the car, and kids. You did all the things, only to discover it doesn't make us happy. It doesn't quench the thirst. We're still seeking. And then it causes us to feel bad about ourselves and ask us, why is happiness so elusive? Then that creates negative thoughts, right? Because we're in that untrue loop, right? And we start to question what's wrong with me. I should be grateful for what I have. The trauma voice kicks in and perpetually blames you. It's toxic levels of self-blame. We start punishing ourselves for not being happy for what we already have. Some of us might be able to force ourselves to accomplish all the shoulds and just suck it up, right? Others beat on themselves for not doing what we're supposed to do. Either way, we can't win. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really seem to matter. We can have a few dollars or $1 million and still feel like something's missing. That feeling of wanting to go home, the feeling of not belonging here, the home that you're seeking is safety, is comfort within yourself. Home is where the heart is, took on a new meaning for me after hearing that and after realizing this. Home is literally where your heart is, in your body. So when we do finally get to that place where we've realized it's not going to work, the way they told us to do it is not going to work, that's when we can start to actually make progress, right? It wasn't until I learned about spirituality and psychology that I finally found some relief. And it wasn't until I stepped into my purpose that it really clicked. And like I said, stepping into my purpose was the only thing that was able to quench that thirst. We have to really catch that voice of trauma. Often our left brain, or the ego, is also a voice of trauma. It'll try to convince us that this is all there is. We adopt that belief. We believe that there must be something wrong with me because I can't be happy. And then if we're ignored or overly criticized, maybe we feel like we're an inconvenience. We apologize for taking up space. If we had needs that were not met, maybe we learn to believe that our needs are a problem, or we call ourselves needy. We learn to hide our emotions, ignore our needs, stuff down. That programming is the glass ceiling. Like I said, it will keep us from moving into anything new and different. Every time you try to shift and change your life, that little voice will say, who do you think you are? It's not safe. Who are you to dream? Who are you to do this thing? Who are you to make this change? The truth is, you are the one. You are one with the one. There's no one on earth that can do the thing that you're built to do. So ask yourself, when did you first learn to play small? When did you first decide to give a part of yourself away? When did you first fracture off? When did you first believe that you were not enough? Because it's time to rewrite that story. We will reclaim the fragments and rejected parts of ourselves. We will pull back those parts of us that we gave away. And it is my intention with this accelerator that you will walk away knowing that you are whole again. You will become unshakable. And when we go back and realize who we truly are, we remember our truth. We connect so deeply at a soul level with our divinity, with the divine in our body, that absolutely nothing can take us down. Unshakable confidence. When we heal the wounds of not enoughness and we heal the beliefs of brokenness, and we can see where we gave our power away, we can see where we started to play small, and we can see why we self-sacrificed. That's when we have the opportunity to realize, I am the one. I am one with the Creator. I am one with the power to change this story. I am the one who can choose to rewrite my beliefs. I am the one who can stand proud. I am the one who can heal. I am the one who can choose to get help. I am the one who can uphold boundaries. I am the one who can break the cycle of toxic relationships. I am the one to believe I am enough. The one who can break the cycle of lack. The one who can do anything you decide, because you are the one. You are the decider. And once you have that energy inside of you, once you've embodied that belief, you know it, you feel it at a core cellular level, just once, then you've got it. You've obtained it. It's so much easier to tap back into it once you've tasted it. It's just a matter of alignment or calibration, right? The frequency that you're currently holding is not allowing you to be the one, to own that power. There is nothing outside of you that has control over you. Not astrology, not divine timing, none of it. Once you realize you are the one, you hold the power, you are the decider, then there's no going back. We can acknowledge and be okay with the fact that our energy is just not aligned to that right now. And that's okay. Embrace what is, see what is, love what is, and choose to change it. At the same time, we don't have to reject the current part of ourselves to be able to shift into the highest version of ourselves. Just have to choose to change it. And it can feel hard at first. That's why you're not meant to do this alone. Calibration, entrainment, clocks entrain to each other. We entrain to each other. Our nervous systems sense each other and calibrate. That's why we're not meant to do it alone. Spotting the patterns is difficult. These are in our rearview mirror, right? In our blind spot. You cannot see it if you don't have that accurate mirror to reflect you and help you see. Even me, even I still have a coach. I still have a therapist because I even need this. We all need each other. This has been your general mode of operation your entire life. So go easy on yourself. Have reasonable expectations. Nobody told you, but now you know better, you can do better. You've lived this way your entire life, trying to see things in your blind spot all alone. That's what we're here for. We're family now. All we have to do is surrender into the faith and trust that we are infinitely cared for and supported. Divine loves you. It is not your job to solve your own problems. It's not your job to solve the world's problems. It's not your job to make other people happy or take responsibility for their happiness. Another trauma response. We are simply asked to put down the disbelief and rest in gratitude and awe for the beauty of life, the beauty of being one with the divine. There is a delicious yumminess to life when you are in oneness, when you are whole. Life is fun. You're happy to be here. You're excited to be here. You make life amazing. And living your purpose, recognizing you deserve happiness, you deserve ease, you deserve to feel safe and loved and cared for, to have your needs met. It is all available to you once you learn how to play the game called life. Best is truly yet to come. And that's why proximity is a great tool, right? We have to have somebody to calibrate to. When you attune an instrument, there's a rule of measure. There's a 0 point, something to align to. The same is true with humans. That's why Tony Robbins says proximity is power. We need an example to align to. We cannot hold in our current state the thing that we are trying to manifest. Our current state is not conducive to manifesting the things that are not currently in your life. Our energy is not aligned to it. It's a tricky thing, but once you've felt it, once you've attuned to it, you will know how to get there again and again and again. Your bank account will tell you how aligned you are to the frequency of abundance, right? If you're not where you need to be, you just need to recalibrate. Attune to the right frequency, and you will find that there are things that you can hold and there are things that you're not quite ready to hold. And that's where we just keep working on recalibration, attunement. It's a moment-to-moment process. It's happening in the micro moments of your life. In every now moment, we're constantly recalibrating. So know that it's possible for anyone once you align to it. As within, so without. If you have a dream that's not yet manifest in your life, know that it is just an alignment or recalibration issue. You're not broken. You're not to blame. You're not unworthy. You are perfect just as you are, perfectly imperfect for your purpose. You're not an accident. You are not here by happenstance. There are no coincidences. You are made with intention and purpose. You are very, very deeply loved. We are a spark of the divine. There is nothing greater. You are one with abundance. You are your creator's favorite. And there is no other being on planet Earth that is loved as much as you are. We are special. We are powerful. We are made to be creators. We are creating all the time, whether you realize it or not. And if you don't realize it, that means you're misfiring and recreating more of the same instead of creating with intention. But that's okay, because in every now moment, we have the opportunity to shift and change. And there is no better time than now. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about recalibration and manifestation and how to tap into that frequency. But I just want to let you know before we go today, if everything I said resonated with you, you already know that you're ready for this, you want to jump in, then I've got a mastermind called More Than Enough starting June 6th, where you will not only learn how to heal your trauma, but also become a certified trauma spotting trainer at the same time. This is so profound. I want to create an army. I want everyone to know how to do this, because this is the next level of healing on planet Earth. And the more people that know how to heal their own wounds and also help others heal, the greater parents will be, the greater lovers will be, the more healthy we'll be. The world needs to know about this. So I would love to see you there. I won't take up a lot of time on that. I just want to let you know tomorrow we're going to talk about how manifestation works. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story, since I kind of alluded to it today. Being seen is part of the process, and I lead by example. So I will share that with you. I want to offer you a freebie. Some of you came to me through some of my freebies that I promised. So I wanted you to know today's freebie is the inner child regression to reclaim your true self. So today we'll do inner child regression. Tomorrow we'll do future self progression to meet your millionaire self. And then on the third day, we will have the theta healing for removing abundance blocks. So if you do the activity each day, then I will send you a link to the freebie. So for today, if you would post in our group or even just comment below on the video, I am the one. It is very powerful for us to take ownership, to own our authority, to take back our power, to recognize there's nothing outside of me holding me back. I am the one to make this happen, to make this change, to handle this healing, to break the generational curses, whatever it is. Make the statement. If you could lead by example by showing up in video in a quick 5-second I am the one video, I will give you an extra special bonus. I will announce that tomorrow. Otherwise, a comment below will also do, and shoot me a DM or a message, depending on where you see this, and let me know I've posted, because that will help me send the link to you faster. Facebook doesn't always show me when people comment or post. I don't know what's up with that. So it really is helpful for me if you DM me and let me know that. Yeah. So, and I will also drop a link to the More Than Enough Mastermind and Trauma Spotting Certification Program starting June 6th. That will also be in the comments below after this video has finished. All right. I love you guys. I so look forward to seeing you tomorrow for how does manifestation work and how do we recalibrate and realign. I'm so excited for you. Just keep in mind, the process essentially is heal the blocks, right? Heal the trauma, remove the limitations, the beliefs, the deprogram or desensitize the triggers, the nervous system, the body, and then learn how to manifest so that you can step into your purpose and create heaven on earth. These are the 4 pillars of my business and my purpose and why I'm here for you. So I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I truly am sending as much love as I can through the screen. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste, my friends. Take care.